Hello. It is us.
Right when I take a sip of tea, of course.
Blue tea, blue magic.
Ooh, blue tea. It's so purty.
What is going on, Nuts? Hi.
We are so excited.
What
we are so excited.
Busy month this has been for us.
This is our time.
Hopefully it's,
The season of the Fettermans.
Well, this episode Halloween just wrapped up. It was a good month. Haunted Heir, our band, released a new single called The Witch September, which I don't know if I put it in the episodes yet.
I think we're going to go back and put them in because that would be smart.
That's not how it works. And new single just dropped last Thursday.
Oh, shoot.
It's called Crinkle Crinkle Cringeworthy, y'all. It's spinning everywhere on Spotify, on Apple. But you want to know what we're going to do for you? We're going to insert it right here so you could just listen to it right now.
So here's what you do. You listen to this jam. You go to Spotify or Apple or Amazon.
We'll play a little bit.
Wherever you go.
Not the whole thing.
And then you go follow us, and then you go and add it to your playlist, and then you put it on rotation. And then when you go to work, you leave your laptop on playing it over and over.
Okay, I'm just going to put the song on now, okay?
Step right up, get in line. Pick your poison, works every time. We make it easy and cool to kill your soul.
He picks up his knees on his tippy toes, whispers in your ears all your fears and woes. Real life can take a bite out of you all the way through. Only while you're sleeping, machine sets the bait. Mind takes the trap while the hungry monsters wait. Real life can take a bite out of you all the way through.
Oh, all you got to
right
do.
before the chorus.
Dang.
You didn't even get to hear the chorus.
That song is a banger, folks.
Oh, man. If you even knew what it was about, go and listen to them words.
It really
Feel
goes
it.
off there. You get a little bit of chorus. There's a Brit. I'll tell you what, we use an 808 drum in that song. You got to go listen to it. Go stream it.
That's Beastie Boys shit right there.
Stream
808.
it. Crinkle Crinkle Cringeworthy. Haunted Heir. Produced by MT Street. Not produced.
Engineered.
Engineered by MT Streets. It was actually produced by yours truly. And
yours truly. Mm-hmm. Nice try.
What's going on, Nuts? How's everybody doing? Don't look at me like that. Baby, what is happening?
There's just so much. It is weird because we are a little bit advanced, so we can't really talk about.
We're not up to date. It'd be difficult.
We have to because we're afraid, in case we can't do an episode, we want to make sure we got some in the bank. So, like, for instance, for you guys, Halloween just happened. Our show already was done.
Yeah.
All this stuff. But we haven't had the experience yet, so we'll have to get back to you on that. But it is our season. We are swamped. We have Cryptiques Vintage. If you haven't gone and checked that out, and we're not trying to give you tasks, we're just letting you know about us. But like, if you want, go check out Cryptiques Vintage. We have Cryptiques Vintage merch, which is so cool. It's like all of our old shit on T-shirts and bumper stickers.
Cryptiques Vintage is our antique online e-commerce store where we sell old Halloween stuff. Pre-1960s. Oh, we've actually delved into the 90s and the 80s as of lately because it's nostalgic and a lot of people and it's vintage now.
Yeah.
That shit's vintage and people are looking for that stuff. But we mainly specialize
in the
early
old
1900s to the 1960s. I'm stuffed up.
Yeah.
I was stuffed up.
You just got stuffed up because you weren't. So I'm wondering if it's all this. I wonder if someone's doing laundry or if someone has.
No, I've been stuffed. I picked my buddy up the other day, yesterday. He said, "Hey, you sound stuffed up immediately."
Third time I have to hear this.
So he gets into the car, right? I pick him up. I'm like, "What up?" And he's like,
"This is so
"You're stuffed
stupid.
Up. You're stuffed up." And I'm
you
like,
know
"Yeah."
what? I want one of our avid fans who listen to us all the time to go back to every episode and find out how many times Sean says he's sick. Literally, how many times?
I don't know if I say I'm
Sean-
sick, but I definitely say I'm stuffed up.
Well,
Oh shit, I guess
when I'm home alone with you, that's all you. I'm getting sick. I'm getting something. Oh my God, so much
There's the,
spit just came out of your mouth.
I saw this ad of this guy that does for like deviated septum work or something like that.
Yeah,
He's got like
I
this
sent
air
it to
blower
you.
thing,
Yeah,
and it cracks.
he's
like
a
your nose or something.
chiropractor. He's a face chiropractor.
I think I might want to do that, but it looks very
told you.
painful.
Yeah, but it's only for a second, and then you can breathe. But yours is very much dairy and shit. Like he will not. Sean will never stop eating this. I'm not gonna say that. Sean will stop eating this crap eventually when he gets sick.
So
of
you hear those
feeling like
sirens?
this.
That's the liar police coming to get you.
No.
Yeah.
That's why the police always get it wrong.
Hold on, the commercial that I saw about the nose getting cracked.
You got a boogie, son. You got a boogie.
So this doctor takes like this air blower tool, sticks it up one nostril, totally plugs the other
looks like
nostril.
a horn that clowns use where
Yeah.
you squeeze it, but then the other side gets really engorged.
Yeah, so he did it on this older guy, and the first nasal way he did, the guy was like, whoa, he was like a balloon, and his sparkles were coming out of it. And then he did the other one, and he's like, oh, that was different. That one was different, and it looked like it hurt him really bad.
Well, it was probably the one that was inflamed.
That's for me. Both are inflamed, but it's more my left one than my right
So
one.
you want to do the left one first. Get
Yeah,
the
I
worst one out
guess.
done.
Where do I go do that?
That's why I think he's in L.A. This is boring for these people.
Okay.
I can't with this.
Any other people got deviated septums out there?
I have two.
Okay. I can't remember the last time I was able to breathe out both nostrils, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
keep eating the crap you eat.
It's got nothing to do with what I'm eating.
It does. You have an allergy. You have an allergy to food. It's quite.
So you're telling me a
I think it's
deviated
mold from
septum
your
is an
coffee.
allergy?
No.
Doesn't
I'm
make any
saying
sense.
the mucus buildup is.
It's not mucus, it's inflammation.
No. Well, it is
It's
inflammation.
inflammation.
And the body, when it inflames, causes mucus. And you have a bunch of mucus, including a booger that you still haven't gotten.
It's mucose.
No,
Get
it's
it right.
Mucus.
It's mucose. Get it right.
Mucus.
Okay.
So we'll ask the audience which way you'd like to say it.
You know
Okay,
something?
what?
Oh, you got cool. Go for it. Fire
No,
away.
what were you gonna say?
Hit me with your best shot.
I go in waves just like food with shows that I watch on TV.
Yeah.
And I was reminiscing about a show I used to watch all the time. I mean, I might go and look and see again.
Ooh, old
It was a
shows.
show that would make me feel one of two ways. I would either feel like happy nostalgia, or it would make me fall asleep.
You mean when it was originally on or rewatching it?
No, both. For whatever reason, I'm talking about the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when I was on?
Oh,
like
you loved that. You were
the
very
music.
emotional. You would cry. You
Yeah.
would laugh. I'd see all snuggled up with snug as a bug, just watching it. And like, what is
I
going
don't
on in
understand why.
here?
I can't even remember the show or why I'd get emotional. Why would I get emotional for the
I'd come home from work. Well,
Great British Bake Off?
you're very emotional. But I would come home sometimes from work or come out from the room from working in the bedroom. I'd just see a snug as a bug all crying and happy all at the same time. And I'd be like, what is going on in here? And I'd look at the TV, and it's the Great British Bake Off. It's nothing like,
It was so calm. That's what it was. It was calming and relaxing.
well, why did you cry?
I don't know. I think it's the music. It's like they still know what's good for us on that show. And mind you, there might be programming in it. I wasn't at the time wasn't really watching it,
I
noticing
mean, it's still
that.
pure. It's a pure show. It's just baking.
Like it's
and-
just baking with love. It's people who love to bake. I love sugar. It's all things pretty and sugar. And then the music and their accents just
Yeah.
make you feel safe. Like Mary Poppins is like petting your face. And then at the end they have this like delicious cupcake or wonderful biscuit.
that you
or-
never get to try.
My soul tried it. Like I don't need to. Maybe that's why I get sad. I'm crying because I don't get to eat the delicious
That makes
delicacy.
sense. I get that.
I don't know if you remember this too, but when I would watch it, you would come home and I'd be like, babe, I need ice cream. Babe, I need a cookie. Babe,
Oh,
I
you
need
still
cake.
do that.
I know, but it was real bad back then because they would remind me of things that I wanted.
It was.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, I need this now.
I need a donut. I need a cookie. I need ice cream.
I need a croissant.
And guess what?
What?
I delivered every
No,
time.
Absolutely not.
And you'd get it.
Absolutely not. You'd be like, it's not tired. I just got home from work. No. Why didn't you tell me when I was out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's false because I always deliver.
What are some nostalgic shows?
I was just
Like, what's a show that you haven't thought about in a long time?
Well, I think about it often still, but the Wonder Years was probably
Really?
the most nostalgic show for me because it was filmed at my high school and it was filmed in Burbank, where
that
I'm
makes
from.
sense. You're very attached to it then.
So it's not only that, but I remember coming home from school and putting that on, or it was on, I think, at like 5 or 5:30. It was an early show, I guess, because it was one of those first, like.
It was on at 7 or 7:30 by us.
Oh yeah, you're 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
ahead. So
your prime time started at 5 here?
for some things.
Wow. So
That
your
was like a
prime time
teen
was
show.
done at
That
8.
wasn't like I guess it was for everybody.
It was a
Man.
family show.
Man, that show, crazy. Because Winnie Cooper's not even that hot,
Mm-mm.
but she was like the hot chick in that.
But do you see how grooming works? Do you see how programming works? It is in the idea that everyone else on the show thought she was hot, so then we formed that opinion.
That didn't work for me. I always thought she was very awkward looking. She's a pretty woman, don't get me wrong. But I didn't think she was like what Kevin Arnold thought she was.
Yeah, same.
Oh, man. What would you do?
Well, I mean,
if
that
I
song,
say,
Joe Cocker,
Had a chew.
that would make Joe Cocker makes Woody's happen.
Would you stand or
Couple
walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song.
I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, now have a little help from my friends.
I remember those openings.
All you need is some have a little help from my friends.
I remember that whenever that song would pop off, I'd be like, fuck, it's go times, Wonder Years time. And then they filmed it at John Burroughs High School, my high school.
You already said all this.
And I remember that if you've never seen it, spoiler alert, so stop it now.
They all grow up.
But-
Spoiler alert.
But here's the deal. The show's
one of them
like
gets
30
caught.
years old. And I highly recommend it. They tried to remake it. They brought it back, and it
It's dumb.
didn't
Stop
work.
doing that.
But they that last episode where he says Dad died, at one point.
Oh, yeah.
God.
I don't know. I'm not attached. I never really got attached to I'm trying to think any of those kind of shows, like the half hour, 1 hours.
That was the only one for me. I was a Dawson's Creek. I was in love with, what's her name? Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
She's another one. Like, I look at
Yeah.
it now, like, what the fuck? She actually kind of looks like Winnie Cooper.
She does look exactly like Winnie Cooper.
Whoa.
Do you know what they did?
She's
found
the Winnie
girls-
Cooper, and Dawson was Kevin Arnold. It's a whole other Wonder. There's a whole other Wonder Years.
No, it
Babe,
wasn't at
I'm
all.
cracking codes right now.
No.
Holy Dawson's Creek, Wonder Years, Kevin Arnold, Dawson,
God.
Joey,
I don't know if I
Paul
can do
Pfeiffer,
this podcast
Pacey.
anymore.
Oh my God, Paul Pfeiffer, Pacey.
No,
They both start with P.
they do.
Dawson.
So does your penis.
That's true.
Yeah, and they weren't either of those on the show.
No, but that was a great show. Dawson's Creek, I don't remember any of it.
I just remember going through a window or something. His window. That's all I remember.
Oh, Joey Wood, Katie Holmes' character.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was like, oh my
Oh
God,
my
I
God, you
want
even know
that.
their names. Are you kidding me?
I want that to crawl through my window.
And then from here on out, though, that guy's name who like kind of had a little resurgence, all I do is call him Dawson. Like I don't even know his real name.
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah. I'm just like, that's Dawson.
He was
and I say that's Pacey whenever we see him in something.
That's what they are.
I'm like, that's
He was
it.
in a really good movie called Rules of Attraction. He had a
Yeah,
good
that was good. We watched that.
he had a good resurgence, James Vanderbeek, because he
Mm.
became creepy.
Do you
and,
remember
like,
when we
angry.
saw, we did love a show together that I was sad that it got canceled, The Nobodies. And remember he played himself on that, and
That
he did
was
great.
good.
It was super funny, and
That
I
was
loved that
good.
show. I'm sad that show isn't happening anymore, but
Any other nostalgic shows though?
for me it's Lost.
Wow, yeah, that's a good one.
Lost is, first of all, if you don't know me, Lost is like my favorite TV show.
That's a good one.
And it is brilliant. The best pilot ever written, ever.
Does that really give you nostalgia, though? That's just good
it's old.
TV.
It's almost 20 years old.
I know, but like, it's a show from like your childhood that takes you back, man.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have one of those. Like, I mean, I guess like Lucille Ball, because they always had reruns, and my grandparents would watch it with me.
Same. That was always on the TV.
Always.
I feel like
It's still always, I feel like, on the TV, and I do love that because it reminds me of like sitting on my grandpa's lap.
We don't have regular TV. The Simpsons too is very nostalgic, but I haven't watched that for like the past 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Cops too. Cops
was always on.
God. Cops
But
is the
I wasn't.
best.
I don't think I was allowed to watch, or I didn't want to watch that. I don't know.
There was this one show called Code Red that came out a little after Cops. I think it only ran.
Or was it with like ambulances and stuff?
It was with everything. And it was a little, believe it or not, a little more intense than Cops. But it was on Fox, and it was later at night. I want to say,
trying to push the envelope.
Cops was at like 8:39. This one came out about 10:30, 11 o'clock. If I was lucky and I got to stay up, if I caught a rerun on a Friday night or something like that. I just remember this one episode of Code Red.
Mm-hmm.
They get a call to a hotel or an apartment, one of those two. It's kind of not a high rise, but maybe 15 stories, something like that. The cops are there, and we're seeing it, I guess, through the eyes of the cops. So it's the cops. But there's an ambulance there, there's fire engines there, because there's a guy about three or four floors up outside on his balcony, on the outside of the balcony. They didn't blur nothing out in the 90s. So this guy's up there. They're like, hey, man, gotta come. Let's do this, man. Yeah, they're trying to talk him down. Mofo clearly high on PCP, which we found out later on, because he fucking dives off the 4 stories.
Oh my
The
God.
cops are down there waiting for him.
Head first.
He just dives. He didn't land on his head, but he landed like on his stomach and his face and
Oh my
flat,
God! It just made my stomach go.
like he just fucking fucker pops up immediately.
No.
And then the cops are like, what? And then the cops he fought off like 5 or 6
you told
cops.
me this story. Yeah.
This mofo fought off 5 or 6 cops.
Probably broken bones everywhere.
Broken bones everywhere. Didn't feel a thing. He started running away. Gets
But-
away, and then I think they tased. They got him down somehow, and then they got him to the hospital. And
Can I just say this though? Because I think the moral of this story is that our mind is everything.
yeah, he thought he could do it, and he did
is,
it.
everything, and to know that you can just push through when your bones are broke, you just fell 4 stories, and not take that you're dead, not take that your body is broken, and you just pop on up because the mind says it can. We are powerful.
Sometimes when I'm up on high places, I obviously think about jumping. That's normal,
Always.
right?
We just had this thing where we went to see Hans Zimmer, and I told you, like after about a half hour, I told Sean, I was like, I think we gotta go. Like I always have it initially when I first see it. Like when I first see the height, I'm always like, oop, and I can picture myself. And then the longer I'm there, the more it comes from like this thing in my gut. Does this happen to you? Where it feels like a tug, like it's
it's like a tickle and like a
when you go in a roller coaster
like
or
a nervousness,
hill,
or you just
go
go
in a
down
hill,
a little hill.
Yeah, that it's pretty crazy too that we feel the same thing, honey. But after a while, it's like waves. It starts getting quicker, and then I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
What is that? Is there a demon inside? I'm not even joking.
I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm like, I can survive this. I look at
I
stuff.
always think I'll be fine and I'll run down.
Yeah. If I could just fucking roll when I hit, just kind of bend the legs and roll once I drop.
Fly. I'm not even, you guys think I'm kidding.
I believe
What
that
if
because
we used to be able to fly?
when we're on the road and we're driving and I look, there's nothing around except for rolling hills, I'll look out and I'll be like, I see a hill in the distance that's obviously miles away. I'm like, I could get there in like 5 jumps.
Mm-hmm.
I could jump out of the car.
We usually do name that amount of steps.
Yeah, I could get there like 5 jumps, maybe 7.
Take me about 2-3 minutes to get up that hill.
Real easy to run up that mountain right there because it looks like it. Because from a distance, it looks so small.
But anyways, what if we are, because Sean and I have really cleaned up our lives. And I don't mean just like off of drugs and alcohol that I don't ever drink, or do drugs. But I we got rid of like fluoride in our toothpaste. We have filtered water. We are using all products that are just the ingredients they say. Like
just started clove water last night.
Oh,
I think I'm really into it.
We've been. How long would you say we've been doing our whole regime at night with our teeth? Like a long time, almost a year. Would you say?
Our coconut pulling.
We do
A good year.
Yeah, because we've been dental flossing for years and years. I mean, I have, but
and that's really big for me, friends, because I lived in a trap house for about a year, strung out on heroin.
Okay, we've told
and
them
I
this.
didn't brush my teeth. I'm not kidding. I didn't brush my teeth for probably almost a year.
And I married him.
And she married me.
I married this man.
I'm not kidding. And I would eat, because when you're on opiates, you got a
sugar.
sweet tooth. I was eating ice cream. I was going to the store and just...
You're so lucky it's not worse.
Well,
what you had.
I mean, I've had to get 2 implants, and my back molars,
Honey,
have
but
crumbled apart on me,
mean,
and I've had to get them fixed. But
the industry we're in, we've seen some people. It's years and years and years.
I'm surprised all of my teeth haven't fallen out.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've been complimented on my teeth, which
they're
is shocking
beautiful.
to me.
Well, it's because of our new regime. So we don't eat past a certain time, and then we dental floss, and then we oil pull for at least 10 minutes, and then we brush with tooth powder, which is remineralizing.
Man, I just went back
and
to
then
that
now
trap
we're
house
doing
I was living in, babe.
Now we're doing clove water and that's how we go to sleep,
Hold on
with
a
the
second.
clove water in our mouth.
That trap house was so cold, and it was dark.
I want to go back to the original
Hold
reason
on,
why I
hold on,
spoke on this.
Hold on.
While
hold
I
on,
brought
hold
this
on.
up, not spoke.
I'm so grateful for my life today.
Okay, me too. Can we go back to my original?
Yeah. I was
Great.
gonna. I was.
You take it on tangents about you. It's all about you.
Nuts. If you want me to go into some detail about the trap
No,
house and the
just go
drug
back
life,
to
you let me
earlier
know, and I
episodes.
will go into
Just
it
go
for
back
you.
to earlier episodes.
I will
Here
go
we
back. I will go into it for you.
Oh God, just find him outside.
Clove water in our mouth.
Okay, so what if we are stripping away all of the garbage and gunk that they constantly are trying to put inside of us?
Oh, I think that we are.
To deny our innate existence and what we are attuned to and what we innately feel. And what if you and I are starting to have those innate urges because I feel like our consciousness remembers, our energy remembers, because energy doesn't die, and we are star energy. We're God. Everything is God and light. So the light in us, which is as old as time, is innately instigating old stuff that we should be able to do that we haven't yet.
I wish I had
cracked.
my phone so I could play that song from TikTok.
Oh yeah, we should.
But
Here.
I don't. No, keep going. Yeah.
But anyways,
But that
because it's here's why.
here.
Hold
on. Before you go on, because
I don't wanna
you've been
forget.
going on now for like
Oh,
5
God.
minutes. I agree
Untrue.
completely.
Can we rewind 30 seconds?
I'm the one behind
and
the.
figure out
I'm the one behind the helmet
and
here. I
figure
see
out
the
how
time.
much we talked about
I
our crack
see-
house.
The episode's almost done,
my
honey.
God.
You've just been going on and on. But I do agree with that because things are looking real incredible to me. Now they have since I've gotten sober and in sobriety.
That was your first cleansing.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm seeing stuff. It looks to me like a fantasy.
Yeah, it looks like a simulation.
Like outside, it looks like a fantasy. The sky, the colors in the sky sometimes, the purples, the pinks, with the really magnificent blue behind it. Right now, it's a little dull outside.
No, it's weird color. It's like a grayish blue.
But that's because they're spraying a bunch of shit out there.
Yeah, we woke up and it looked like fucking fog.
Cloud
city.
seeding, friends. Cloud seeding. I mean,
Mhm.
Google that shit. That shit's crazy. They're also dumping dry ice into clouds to really
Also
fuck
shooting
up
lasers into the ground to make earthquakes. Like, what the hell is going on?
You could look it up, man. I mean, there's they manipulate the weather. It's a true thing, guys. It was on the news.
Don't listen to Mr. I Can't Even and strewn words together and make a sentence, guy.
This
who's-
is for entertainment
Come on,
purposes
man.
only. This is for entertainment purposes only. But they absolutely can manipulate the weather. They
They've
talked
been
about it
doing
on the
it
news. And
since the 40s.
we just saw a clip where they created a cloud wall during World War II. They created technology to create cloud walls on the ocean so
So that
the
they
enemy
couldn't see.
see. That's just a real thing.
You should look that up. It's so dope looking.
It's a real thing.
Also terrifying.
And NASA does all this weird stuff, and they were putting mirrors up to reflect
NASA
certain
has
suns.
nothing to do with space. It
fake
has to
sun.
do with weather. NASA is a weather.
I think we're going a little off the rails here, honey. But I feel
we need
like
that music.
I know. Damn it! I feel like everything
Look,
is.
do you know? Can I hold on? I honestly think this
mid-sentence, huh?
podcast. This podcast is just like in 1 more year, honey, we're gonna be full blownsies. We're gonna
Think
be
so?
full blownsies conspiracy
That's
out
it.
the gate. Because by the way, Sean and I haven't been wrong. Every
It's
time.
true.
Do you know what I pray for every night? I pray for wisdom and then the discernment to know what is truth and what is not. And
Yeah.
Jesus gives it to me.
She does.
I'm telling you, like my life has changed. I hear something, I'm like, that's bullshit. I
You know
hear
what's
something
funny?
else, I'm like, that's truth.
That's what she pray. I pray for sleep. I pray for good rest,
I don't sleep well,
so that I
maybe
could
should switch.
so I could be kind and patient the next day, because those are my struggles.
Yeah.
It's just
Sorry, so go ahead.
patience,
What were you saying?
Tolerance.
I just think it'll be funny if
I
we watch our
just
evolution.
yes, the cleansing that we've been on now for a while, I do feel presence. I feel more present
like
each
opening
day.
our eyes.
There's some days where I don't. There's some days where I'm completely in my own will and I'm
Yeah.
self-loathing and I feel like a victim.
And
But
those are
there's-
the 2 days you work or 3 days you work.
It's those days,
Yeah.
and then there's some days after where it just I just get hit with it, and I do everything I can. I talked about it a couple episodes ago, but I do feel more present, and I feel more clarity, and I feel more in tune. Like I'm at a point, honey, where I don't want to even squish those little
Yeah.
mites. I don't want to kill those little bugs
Yeah.
anymore. Like I will continue to eat meat. I will eat burgers and chickens and all of that
Because
stuff.
there's no way you can't eat a taco.
Right.
I just
I can't. I don't know what it is. Like I'm seeing the life in everything, and I'm seeing the purpose in everything, and even things like mold or things that are dying all have a purpose. There's a purpose
Oh,
behind
yeah.
everything. If you see maggots eating another animal, there's a whole nother ecosystem there, and then all these things were meant to be. There's no mistakes.
Mhm.
There's no mistakes happening
Preach.
ever.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that type of view on things
That's because
until
we're
we
starting.
started cleaning
But
ourselves.
this is the point I'm making: is we're removing the gunk, and now we feel connected to everything. Everything. And there's something so special in that. And the more I get connected, the more truth and wisdom I get, and the more I feel closer to God, and the more my life changes for the better, even with everything. Like, it's funny, I can walk into a room and people are talking about stupid shit, but stuff that's important to them. So I shouldn't say that, but like things that they think are important to them. And it's just gobbledygook. It's just stuff outside of them they cannot control. It has nothing to do with them. And to me, it's just puppetry and theater. And like when you start,
kind of what our song that we played in the beginning is about. So go listen to the whole thing, because it's about the matrix that
getting
we're
out of the
living
matrix.
in. And there's a lot of passion out there. There's just no substance.
Mm.
You see what I did there?
So are you saying that we're coming up into our substance?
I'm saying everybody's on their own journey.
Yeah, of
And
course.
everybody cares about whatever they care about.
Mhm.
In the long run, we all die, and it's all going to be, doesn't matter. You know, it matters what you do here, obviously. You want to be kind and you want to be loving. But I mean,
I was just going to say it all matters.
in 100 years, nobody's going to remember anybody.
Oh, no,
Though
I
maybe
don't
if
mean
this
to other people.
podcast is on, people will remember us because they'll be listening to us, and it's 100 years from
Honey,
now.
we've made so much art and we're not done.
Right.
Like that, to me, if we're making good matter, that matters.
Yeah.
Like, we're not making stuff to program you. We're not making stuff to groom you. We're not making stuff for propaganda. We're not
No.
making stuff full of lies.
No.
We're not making stuff to make you go against your thoughts and like the things that are positive in a human being's life. To me, I feel like we're adding to, hopefully creating some sort of enjoyment, things to talk about, getting you thinking. Wow, what are you doing right now?
Nothing. Keep going. Hopefully they didn't hear that.
Oh.
You're right.
But I want to be adding to the world while I'm here. I want to be hopefully sending out messages that create differences in people's life, or one person's life, or an animal's life, or a tree. I don't know. What is it? Yeah, I just want to feel
I want to
like-
thank you I want to think that you know who you really are. When you open your eyes and you look in the mirror in the morning.
I want to see through myself.
I want to think that I tell you I love you. Remember when I
You
said
can't
that?
even say it.
Remember when I said that? That's when it was like, I tell you that I love you.
Get that away.
You remember when I said that?
What? Yeah, what were we talking? Here, give me the phone so it doesn't
We
make
weren't
noise.
talking about anything. I just like, I tell you that I love you. It was like a thought in my head, and then it came out of my mouth when I was saying that you're addicted to your phone and your video games on your
Which
phone.
is not true.
Like, I tell you that I love you. Why did
Just
I
so
say
you
that?
know, Sean likes to make statements that are nothing
It's true.
in reality.
It's true.
And often projections of his own self.
Right.
And it's so annoying to live in his reality, which is zero reality. It's hard.
Like I said,
And he doesn't understand
like I
that I
said
get frustrated from it.
earlier, friends, a lot of
I say
passion.
I love you.
A lot of
Oh.
passion, zero substance. And there you go. Like I said, there it is, everybody.
Yeah.
Ah.
But what if the cleaner we get, the more we get the message, or the more our body unlocks to do its original purpose and potential?
Yeah. I think that's the point, and I think they don't want us to do that. So that's why we have all these chemicals in the food and
Yeah.
waters and
They're
everywhere.
scared of. I mean, can you imagine if you set up a world of billions of people, and as they discover the lies and the indoctrinations and the manipulations and control and all of those things, and then those billions of people begin to wake up, and then those billions of people that wake up are waking up into their power.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
And so that's why they keep us low, and that's why they keep us
I
dim.
don't think it would be terrifying. I think it would be
No,
beautiful.
for them.
For them.
For them, I'm
Right.
saying, not for us.
Because then we don't consume anymore. We don't go to work. We
you
don't
can't
go to
make
9
money
to 5.
off us. You have no power or control over us. I
We
mean,
won't fight your wars anymore.
no.
Oh, man. We got really deep
Watch
on
your
this
theater.
one. Damn, we
We
went from
do
nostalgia.
Come on.
to
If you
this
don't give us
stuff.
direction, we always go back to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, that's true.
We go back to the stew. That's real nostalgic. See, I'm more nostalgic with food.
Yeah,
like-
what's like a nostalgic food for you?
Like beef stew. My mom's beef stew.
Yeah.
Like
Damn,
pot
this-
roast and dumplings.
All that
My
stuff I
dad's
definitely
pot
had
roast
when
and
I was a
dumplings.
kid too, but it doesn't. That
See,
doesn't work like that for me, and I
we-
love food, which is really
we only
weird.
ate like 10 things in my family.
I think I'm more of an audio, visual, nostalgic person as opposed to
I
like
mean, music, of
taste
course, but
no,
like
and smells.
smells. Yes,
Smells.
I'm very much smells.
Even though maybe that's why they're trying to take my sense of smell away.
I think feeling like when somebody feels me the way my groomer did
Okay.
gives me nostalgia. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
but smells.
You do
for
have
sure.
a reaction whenever I like tickle your neck or touch your
I
neck a
know.
little bit, like that. You shrink into
I
your
love
shoulders.
that you think it's cute, and it's like gives me.
That makes me want to do other things to you. So I think I'm channeling your groomer.
But we'll get off of that. Oh,
he got
double
off.
entendre.
He got off.
Double entendre.
You know something? You know something?
What?
I don't know.
No, but back to nostalgia. Yeah, I'm glad you caught yourself.
Yeah.
But for me, food, remember when I made you shit on a shingle? Do you remember that?
Yeah. I loved it.
It's toast and tuna in this cream sauce that my dad used to make. My dad was in the Air Force.
Yes. Thank you for your service,
Thank
sir.
you, Pops.
You
and
big old sweetie pie. He doesn't listen to this.
he doesn't listen.
He should,
He
though.
should though, because he's struggling to read because his eyes. I wish he would do what we say, but he doesn't.
He would love
But-
to hear our voices.
Yeah, we'll let him know. So he'd make shit on a shingle, and I remember when I made it for you, and it started me telling you a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Because as I was eating it, I was because we didn't have a lot of money, and it's just a piece of toast and a can of tuna
Yeah.
and some milk and butter.
Okay. Okay. That's what it is then. It's not like. And my mom did the best she could, and she cooked for us all the time. You know, I I had a pretty decent childhood, pretty good. Lower to upper middle class, I would say. There was no like, and there was like this enchilada casserole thing she made that I loved. And she made this stuff called gorilla dip, which was like cheese and beef.
That sounds like it would be good, but it also sounds like it may have bananas in it.
And no bananas. We've had it before. It was that cheesy stuff. But it's more like if Bob's Big Boy, like that's a nostalgic taste for me.
Well, you guys were probably more than lower class then because you were eating out. We
would go out to eat often, yeah. My dad always worked a really good job. My mom always had a really good union job. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah, we did not go out to eat at restaurants. Yeah. It was like
Keep in mind though, restaurants you could go feed a family of 4 for like $30 back in the 80s and 90s. So.
Yeah, I know,
Did you
but
fart? What did you just mouth?
I have to poop.
Oh, you say shit.
And I farted.
Okay. Oh my God, guys! If you should have seen, she went up a little bit.
I levitate. You levitate with just a little help.
She lifted herself
with
up,
just a little help.
and then like she did like a Elvis lip, like
because I was mouthing to you. I have to poop.
But that's okay because the episode's done.
But hold on, I want to talk about something. So like what you were saying. Remember when we first got together and I got sick for the first time and I wanted you to go get me McDonald's?
Yeah.
And now it just seems like, what in the hell? But it's because every time I got sick, my mom and dad worked, both of them. So I would be home alone, sick, and then they would come home with McDonald's when I was sick.
We're going to end on this note.
Why?
You're all alone, sick. Little Bethany all alone.
I know, it's sad. And they would buy me a little Happy Meal, and then that would make with orange drink. And
I love the orange drink.
I remember when they got rid of the orange drink for a minute, and I lost. Do you remember I lost?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm never going back.
Who the fuck? Why would you get rid of the most fucking that? That's the most nostalgic drink at McDonald's.
Do you know why? Because there's no CO2 in it, so they can't poison you that way.
So they pulled it off. They probably changed the fucking
and then they changed
ingredients.
And because it was gone so long, they can change the taste a little, and you won't notice.
Oh,
let me tell you, I would notice if I take a sip, but we haven't eaten that garbage in like 8 years. So
that's a good note. That's a victorious note to end on.
Because we are strong. We are in our power.
And if you eat McDonald's,
that's okay.
It's okay, but stop.
Stop.
Like it's not good for you.
At this point,
they have to wait. Here's what you should do.
It's like cigarettes. When you keep reading the warning, this is going to kill you, and you're like, okay.
Here's what you should do. You should look up the way they farm and make the McDonald's French fries. Just look it up.
Just French fries alone. That's
look
just
up
one
the potatoes that they grow.
How they grow them, what they inject.
They're
in them.
inedible for a certain amount of time, just so you know. You can't even eat it until they do whatever process it is that they do. It is insane, and we love you nuts, and we want you to stick with us.
If you just buy any McDonald's and then put it outside for however long, it will look exactly the same, and no animals will eat it.
Oh, there's like I think in Canada or somewhere.
In a museum.
They closed them all down. They don't even have McDonald's there anymore.
I thought you were talking about the one that's like.
But it is. There's still the last burger and fries that was sold. You got to take a shit.
I have to poop.
The last burger and fries that was sold is still on display for years ago.
Okay. I'm just going to say my part. You finish your story.
Okay.
Kimpses.
Okay, she's.
Stay naughty, everybody.
Wow, she's really got to go. She's running off. But it's still on display, and it's disgusting, and that just tells you this food never decays. There goes Bethany out of the room to go take a shit. And I'm going to leave you guys with our new single, Crinkle Crinkle Cringeworthy. Just a bit of it, because we want you to go to Spotify and Apple or YouTube, wherever it is that you stream music. Haunted Heir, Heir, that's our band. We got a music video coming out. Stream all of our songs. We love you guys. Bye for now. Kimpses.
Step right up, get in line. Pick your poison, works every time. We make it easy and cool to kill your soul.
He picks up his knees on his tippy toes, whispers in your ears all your fears and woes. Real life can take a bite out of you all the way through. Only while you're sleeping,
way through.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking